sibyo ahandi bagiye kuha karibu kana abahe rugari muze kubyorora ntagira abantu bicarana batatse ku kigo kimwe muganire mumenyane kugira ngo n'ubutani tujya n'ahandi tutazagera turabasaba.
And I come from Karubanda Secondary School, and I am in senior 6. And what else did I forget? What do I do in Operation Smile? Yes, I am the president of Operation Smile Club, student club in Karubanda Secondary School. Well, like right now I have a little bit of anxiety. But for that reason, I'd like you guys to match the vibe. If do you have any poetess in the house? Yes. Poetess? Yes. My English does not English. Anyways, with a round of applause, give it up for Joe and Neta from Karubanda Secondary School. Do we have anyone you guys can suggest who's good enough? Not even good enough, pretty good enough. Now when you have a much the very now one suggesting. Eh? What do you call it? Only trying. But Indi. Who? Her. The bride to watch him. Give a big round of applause to the bride.
I've never done poetry in my life. See? Singing Okay, for real, I'm not a poet, right? And I've never done it, but yeah.
In any case, what's your talent? Since you're in front, Katumu Prophet, right? What's her talent? Sing, you can sing.
Dancing in the hoods in the middle of the words that I don't want to say. Everybody sang song with all their childhood friends. And in my line they say, oops, I forgot. 99 I promising goodbye, bye-bye. Hold up, if you want to go take a ride with me, buddy, hit me one more time. Spin a picture of you and me on the days that we were young. Singing on the top of both our lungs. On the day I fell in love.
Representing the panel of judges, one of us is going to be introducing themselves. And the last two speakers that are announced, they are on the same team as well, right? Ladies and gentlemen, give it to the one and only Greta from Karubanda Secondary School. The second speaker is going to be Derek from
Collège Immaculé.
Collège Immaculé. Ladies and gentlemen, give it to Divine. Join me, welcome and congratulate Rita from Collège Immaculé. Ladies and gentlemen, a very big round of applause and excitement as Franco. Lastly, we shall have Jessica. Jessica from College Karubanda. Okay. The first speakers will come in front. The first speakers from each team.
You have to choose.
So you're going to choose the sides so that it looks fair, right? Yeah. If you choose proposition, your proposition, you choose opposition, then your opposition.
So, for the next 5 minutes, we're going to be having the president of Karubanda, who's going to be giving a short or long welcome note that she wants. With a round of applause, give your welcome.
Proud to propose today's motion, which states that this House supports the use of crowdfunding platforms to raise funds for short-term surgical missions and healthcare initiatives. First of all, starting with the key terms, we have crowdfunding platforms. These are platforms on which fundraising can be done. Example, in summits, short-term surgical missions. These are missions aiming at providing treatment in form of operations. Healthcare initiatives, these are institutions in charge of carrying out these medical missions. So we as a proposition side, we are going to show you why we're supporting, and the opposition side is going to show us why not support the crowdfunding platforms to raise funds for short-term surgical missions and healthcare initiatives. So, starting from the status quo, it shows that most of the funds raised by Operation Smile are from global institutions and not, and the 40% are from crowdfunding platforms. This shows that 60% of the money organized or raised by Operation Smile are from global institutions, while 40% is from crowdfunding platforms. This shows that crowdfunding platform is also taking a bigger part in raising the funds for Operation Smile. We have crowdfunding platforms can be accessed by most of the people, and you might say not everybody, but those ones that can actually access the crowdfunding platforms, these are the same people that we do need for them to contribute to raise funds for short-term surgical missions and healthcare initiatives. So what we're saying here is not everybody can do access crowdfunding platforms, but these people who are rich that can access these crowdfunding platforms are the particular persons we do need for them to raise funds for short-term surgical missions and healthcare initiatives. And if people are from summits and are, we also have the crowdfunding platforms are accessed by people that have been in a particular summit, and these particular people, they do know the use of the money, where is the money going and what is going to be used for. So they're going to be contributing a lot because they know where the money is going to be going. And we have also the raising money from crowdfunding platforms is going to be willingly. They're not going to be forcing somebody to raise the funds from crowdfunding platforms, but they actually, you do it willingly. If you want to help, you do help. So there'll not be exploitation of people. So since you're going to be willing. And yes, we do accept that there are other ways of raising funds for short-term surgical missions and healthcare initiatives, but also crowdfunding platforms can also be a way of raising the funds, which is why we do support, because we do not refuse other ways of raising the funds, but we also agree that crowdfunding platforms can also be used to raise funds for short-term surgical missions and healthcare initiatives. Thank you.
To oppose the motion that states that this source supports the use of crowdfunding platforms to raise funds for short-term surgical programs and healthcare initiatives. I'm here with my fellows, Honorable Franco and Honorable Jessica, and I'll start off by explaining the key terms. Crowdfunding is a way of raising money to finance projects and businesses. Platform is the declared policy of a political party or a group. Funds are amounts of money that are available to be spent. So we already have enough funds. So we already have enough sources of funds, which where we don't need the crowdfunding platforms to support the institutions that we have that provide us the support. The first point is that this crowdfunding is not secured. The online correction of these funds is not secured. There are cyber crimes which are done on internet where the money is stolen, and this program is not secured. 60% of the funds are from the government in this program of Operation Smile, and the 40% is from the global institutions. So we don't need other funds from outside. These guys are telling us just the Operation Smile. We have many operations. You as the government should not show us the only benefits of this Operation Smile. You should show us also other institutions which need this crowdfunding. The next is the willingness of people. People are not very convinced to just give you their money and just hoping for you to keep their money safe and use it as you already said that you will use it for these surgeries. The next is this crowdfunding is not accessible. People without the mobile phones to use do not know about this program of just contributing the money in crowdfunding. And people who are not in developed cities do not know about this program of just contributing their money via online or just giving their money with the people whom they don't know about the way of just giving the money or using it for this contribution. The next is that you are not able to show us how this crowdfunding will be helping us. You as the government should show us who will do this and where will it be carried. And you should show us where this crowdfunding has been practically operating, which gives us the benefits of just allowing you to use the crowdfunding platforms. Thank you, that was my point.
Good evening. My name is Derek, and I'm from the proposition side, and we are proposing the motion which states that this House supports the use of platforms to raise. This House supports the use of crowdfunding platforms to raise funds for short-term surgical missions and health care initiatives. We support this motion 100%. These are just our points to support this motion. First of all, crowdfunding is important because it's a quick funding system. Guys, just look at Agaciro Development Fund here in Rwanda. People are just contributing money to people whom they even don't know. They just do it because they have that good of helping, and it has been achieved by our Rwandan government so as a sign to have resilience. Yeah. So we are just not relying on other people. We are just relying from the funds from our people, just to help the people who are unable to have these surgical operations by themselves, and we help them by funding this money through Agaciro Development Fund. And you, the proposition side, who have just say that where has this crowdfunding been successful? A good example is this Agaciro Development Fund in Rwanda. And another thing is that with crowdfunding, there are no interests. People are just there to donate money. They just give, and there are no interests that will come later, or that will be following that money that they raised. They just give it out, and it helps people to become healthy through accessing these surgical operations. And another thing is that this crowdfunding also, it's done through transparency and it's accountable. These people, they just help everyone they come across to. There is no one who just who is denied from the opportunities. So when this money is raised, they don't base on anything. So long as you are able to access these surgical missions, you're given the support, you're given the help from this funding system that has been raised by different kinds of people who have a good heart of donating. And there is also accountability. It's accountable because you people say that we should show you where these funds, that like when in case you are like not sure that they help, if you raise money, like you're not sure whether that money is going to help somebody. Man, it's accountable. There are systems like this Agaciro Development Fund. It comes from the village level until the country level. So it's accountable because whenever the funds are lost, there are people who are there to be asked and questioned about that where the money has gone. So thank you.
time starts now. My name is Mr. Franco as the second speaker from the opposition side. Dear judges, we are here opposing the motion that states this House supports the use of crowdfunding platforms to raise funds for short-term surgical programs and the healthcare initiatives. Dear judges, do we really understand the realistic nature of crowdfunding? Me, I'm Franco, asking Harman money to treat Harman. How realistic is that? Are you really treating Harman or is treating himself? Do we understand that? Me asking money from Jessica so that I can treat Jessica back. Do we really think the government is the one treating Jessica or I'm treating myself? The other way around, I'm treating myself. There's no involvement of the government. So the use of crowdfunding platforms does not make the realistic nature, or it's so unrealistic where you treat yourself but has been passed by the government to think the government is treating you, but the other way around, you're treating yourself. Dear judges, all they brought on the table was a crowdfunding platform, but all we proved to you we proved to you that we already have a nerve, dear judges. How do I prove that, dear judges? The most funds we get from the short-term surgical programs and healthcare initiatives are from, first of all, the governments of those where they're initiated, and also the global institutions such as the World Health Organization, the UNICEF, the UNHCR, and so many other organizations that put funds into these short-term programs. For example, we're basing on this. The World Health Organization, based on the report rated by www.unstat.com, it has released more than $1.5 billion last year to the short-term surgical programs. Now, do we see the significance of these crowdfunding platforms to raise for short-term surgical programs? We do not see them. Because first of all, I should say they are insecure. All ways you use are insecure, because if I use online, there's cyber security problems, and there's also problems of big scams. Because how do I differentiate a scam from them? I don't know how to do it. That makes me unable to pay or use the crowdfunding platforms. Because, for example, I have a scam on internet that tries to take my money, and I have them trying to give who I want to give money. But how do I differentiate you, judges? How do I know you're not a scam? How do I know that my money I'm giving you, surely she's going to be used by the people who need it? That's the problem of here. Now, we see crowdfunding as not a problem, because first of all, its nature does not work, and also because we have enough in the already plan we have. We do not support crowdfunding because, first of all, let me also tell you something, judges. The willingness, really. You will not force me, yes, to pay, but willingness of mine to put money into you bases on me. Does not base on you being there, but bases on me. Now, if bases on me, I have a right not to give or give. Now, dear judges, if the willingness is here to add on this point, do you think crowdfunding... Time starts now. My name is Mr. Franco as the second speaker from the opposition side. Dear judges, we are here opposing the motion that states this House supports the use of crowdfunding platforms to raise funds for short-term surgical programs and the healthcare initiatives. Dear judges, do we really understand the realistic nature of crowdfunding? Me, I'm Franco, asking Harman money to treat Harman. How realistic is that? Are you really treating Harman or is treating himself? Do we understand that? Me asking money from Jessica so that I can treat Jessica back. Do we really think the government is the one treating Jessica or I'm treating myself? The other way around, I'm treating myself. There's no involvement of the government. So the use of crowdfunding platforms does not make the realistic nature, or it's so unrealistic where you treat yourself but has been passed by the government to think the government is treating you, but the other way around, you're treating yourself. Dear judges, all they brought on the table was a crowdfunding platform, but all we proved to you we proved to you that we already have a nerve, dear judges. How do I prove that, dear judges? The most funds we get from the short-term surgical programs and healthcare initiatives are from, first of all, the governments of those where they're initiated, and also the global institutions such as the World Health Organization, the UNICEF, the UNHCR, and so many other organizations that put funds into these short-term programs. For example, we're basing on this. The World Health Organization, based on the report rated by www.unstat.com, it has released more than $1.5 billion last year to the short-term surgical programs. Now, do we see the significance of these crowdfunding platforms to raise for short-term surgical programs? We do not see them. Because first of all, I should say they are insecure. all ways you use are insecure, because if I use online, there's cyber security problems, and there's also problems of big scams. Because how do I differentiate a scam from them? I don't know how to do it. That makes me unable to pay or use the crowdfunding platforms. Because, for example, I have a scam on internet that tries to take my money, and I have them trying to give who I want to give money. But how do I differentiate you, DJs? How do I know you're not a scam? How do I know that my money I'm giving you, surely it's going to be used by the people who need it? That's the problem of here. Now, we see crowdfunding as not a problem, because first of all, its nature does not work, and also because we have enough in the already plan we have. We do not support crowdfunding because, first of all, let me also tell you something, DJs. The willingness, really. You will not force me, yes, to pay, but willingness of mine to put money into you bases on me. Does not base on you being there, but bases on me. Now, if bases on me, I have a right not to give or give. Now, dear judges, if the willingness is here to add on this point, do you think crowdfunding should be a way to raise funds? Because first of all, the money you raise will be affected by the willingness of people, by the presence of people, by the method you use, and also the way you're going to implement this, which is going to affect, first of all, the way you're going to use the short-term surgical programs and also the healthcare initiatives, making the plan of today and also the end of today program unrealistic and also unapplicable, dear judges. Now, you all bring accountability of this plan, and you're also bringing all more problems of crowdfunding, saying it's accountable. That's just an assertion, dear judges. Prove that. How accountable is it? And I would also say it's unaccountable, but it's all amount of proving it. You're just bringing assertions, and we do not count them as a debate in the name of Jesus. And you also say it's quick, but let's first note this. It's quick, but how do you say it's quick when its participation is low, when its willingness is low, when the amount raised is low, when its significance within the world of realistic today, the status quo, does not count and does not make sense within today's debate. So what we say, we have enough and we do not want any more from crowdfunding. I rest my case. Should be a way to raise funds, because first of all, the money you raise will be affected by the willingness of people, by the presence of people, by the method you use, and also the way you're going to implement this, which is going to affect, first of all, the way you're going to use the short-term surgical programs and also the healthcare initiatives, making the plan of today and also the end of today program unrealistic and also unapplicable, dear judges. Now, you all bring accountability of this plan, and you're also bringing all more problems of crowdfunding and saying it's accountable. That's just an assertion, dear judges. Prove that. How accountable is it? And I would also say it's unaccountable, but it's all amount of proving it. You're just bringing assertions, and we do not count them as a debate in the name of Jesus. And you also say it's quick, but let's first note this. It's quick, but how do you say it's quick when its participation is low, when its willingness is low, when the amount raised is low, when its significance within the world of realistic today, the status quo, does not count and does not make sense within today's debate. So what we say, we have enough and we do not want any more from crowdfunding. I rest my case.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, dear judges. Good afternoon, my dear friends from the proposition side. Good afternoon, my friends from the opposition side. I am the first speaker of the proposition side, and I go by Divine. And you talked about the willingness of people being low. That's the first goal of this debate today. Operation Smile is creating awareness that we should help these children. We should help these people. That's why we should do more crowdfunding for them. That's why we're going to create more awareness so many people can get the importance of this. You talked about it's not being accountable. It's not accountable. So these crowdfunding platforms, they're recognizable bodies, right? They're international bodies that are recognized worldwide. So what happens when the World Bank gets scammed? They're not going to tell me the World Bank was scammed, of course. So these crowdfunding platforms are not going to tell me that I was raising my money for my child who is sick and that some hacker came and took it. Of course, you're going to be accountable for it. And there is transparency because these platforms are going to be helping each and everyone else, especially people from those developing countries, underdeveloped countries, and underserved communities. And
You talked about you have enough funds. Are you sure? Are you sure you have enough funds to help 7 billion people that are currently inhabiting this planet? And what harm can crowdfunding do? We have World Health Organization. Yes, I agree. We have World Bank. Yes, but we're going to add crowdfunding. That's why we're going. What harm can it do if Operation Smile is getting 40% from those crowdfunding platforms? What harm can it do if we're getting those 40 million, additional 40 million to Operation Smile to help us, right? There's no need to say we don't need crowdfunding. There's always a need for money, so we do need crowdfunding. And you talked about that you're helping yourself the other way around, right? So you think you can raise $30 million, for instance, if you need a surgery, right? For cancer or anything else. You think you can raise $30 million. So you need some help. You're going to give this 100 of yours or 500 of yours, and I'm going to add 500 of mine, and another 100 people are going to add 500 of theirs, and it's going to be 30 million. You're not going to help yourself. You're not going to survive your own. And my side goes like, yes, there are other funding programs and platforms, but we're also going to create awareness due to of these crowdfunding programs. We're going to being like, I helped someone and he's alive and kicking because I did help, right? And is there a better feeling that you're going to go in bed and be like, oh my God, I helped someone today. Through my small contribution, a big impact is going to be made in someone's life. So that's what my side is supporting. Dear judges, dear audience, and opposition side. I'm sure you're on my side, right? Thank you very much.
So my fellow mates have been saying insecurity. Guys, if it's insecure, it's going to ruin other people's reputation. For example, like, I'm not introducing here a new topic. I'm just telling you, dear guys, what you're telling us is really unreliable right now. Because we're telling you it's insecure. People are not going to trust where their funds are going to be translated. It's scamming. People are not going to know where they're trying to give the money. People are going to give the money to a scam, and people will always believe that their money is being used to help people. People will believe that their money is going to be used to help people. When people know that it was scams, people are not, those health initiatives they're going to ask for help, and people won't be able to recognize what's a scam, what's the real reality. So another point is that we've been talking about people the willingness to attend. The first speaker of the proposition side said that there is not going to be any exploitation, but really, you need money. You've been really focusing about money and funds, so you mean that you are going to manipulate them. If you are not going to exploit them, you are going to manipulate them and tell them, please, please, you are going to beg them and manipulate them and doing things which are not correct. So that means that there is other things you are going to do. And there is less accessibility. Guys, I really like the first speaker. She continued saying there are going to be rich people, but what about the poor? She did not really search in globally. She just said rich people. We need rich people, but what about the poor? The poor are going to be like that. They won't have anybody supporting them. They won't have anybody who's going to support them and find them something to do. This is really a serious problem we are facing. People are really looking upon rich people who are able to access internet, who are able to access electronic devices, but what about those who can't access it? What about those who are unable to access it? That's a real problem. We've been talking about the people who access it are very few, and people who really believe in it, I can say believe in it, or people who are involved are less. Because many of the people believe that it's actually a scam. People are not. Nowadays, cybersecurity is not really reinforced on the internet. People are just thinking it's just a scam. People are like, how are we going to be able to know the real and which is not the real one? Please, let me stand again. Let me tell you again, we have enough funds to support ourselves. As the second speaker from the opposition side said, he said that We are not going to ask money to help me again. I'm the one going to give money and I'm going to help myself again. That's not possible. Guys, please be realistic and imagine the way you're going to give funds and you're going to help yourself again. Please, guys, join our side. We are the one who are telling you the truth. We do not need these crowdfunding platforms. Thank you. I rest my case.
None of them.
Before they are scam on the internet, yes they are there, but they scam from finding
Though it would be okay with us allowing the crowdfunding, but we find very many loopholes and loopholes in it, which makes us disagree with it because it tarnishes our reputation in a way that dramatically and drastically reduces our operation and also our services that we provide on the people, which tarnishes at the end of the day we ourselves. That's why we would ask the proposition side to go back and think of another solution that could be brought to us and be analyzed. If right, we could take it. But the crowdfunding will not be done because, first of all, it's tarnishing our reputation and also which affects the number of people we are caring for, the services we are giving, affecting we ourselves, at the end of the day, affecting the healthcare initiatives and short-term programs, which now, dear judges, causes us to bankrupt or to stop at the end of the day. So, calling for the opposite proposition side to go out and find another solution. I rest my case.
Back with the replies. This House supports the use of crowdfunding platforms to raise funds for short-term such commissions and health initiatives. First of all, we had this debate because it has been shown that there is a problem in raising funds for the short-term such commissions and healthcare initiatives. So you talking about that we have enough funds, we not see where the funds are from. We showed you that the missions cannot raise money on their own, so they need more funds to add on what they have. That's why we support the crowdfunding platforms, because it's able to raise another amount of money to add on the funds that are being used in the short-term such commissions and healthcare initiatives. They talked about how you are asking money from me to treat me, but not really, because you are asking someone who is able to fundraise willingly to support those short-term such commissions and healthcare initiatives to help those people who are not able. And they also said, they also talked about how we're going to have a few people contributing, but we need even that small amount of money to raise it. If you have shown you that 40% of the money raised by operations from crowdfunding, that's a huge amount of money that is also needed to raise the funds. They say that it's not secured, but people attending a certain summit, they know what the money is going to be used for, so it's going to be secure enough because they're giving you that link in that summit, so there's not going to be any problem. They also said not all people can access funds, but people who can really not access funds, these are people, and the people who cannot contribute to the fundraising because you cannot contribute what you don't have. This is where we say that people who have funds are the ones who are able to fundraise that money. And the clearance about the rich, they are contributing to help the poor. They didn't even show us the problem with also having fundraising as another way of raising funds for short-term such commissions.
To start the part of entertainment. But so, do you want me guys to tell you the agenda? Like what's going to happen next? Well, I'm just going to be introducing the performances. For this first part of entertainment, we're going to be starting off with École Notre-Dame pour la Providence Karubanda. We're going to be starting with Amaliza as the one who's going to be the one opening today's entertainment part.
I like your style.